You look at where you live today and work today, and how do you get there? Do you walk? Do you bike? Do you walk to transit and then bike? Do you drive? So you think we plan for those systems today, but also we do long-range planning. So what about in 20 years when our population doubles? How are we going to move through our community?
One of the things that drives me is really trying to make our community and our city and our region better for the people that live here. And that's regardless of their income levels, their ethnicity, their gender, their vision for the future. We do have the ability to shape in a good way or in a bad way the way the city grows and the way people live their day-to-day life.
I think to be a planner means we're a bit of an interface between architecture, engineering, and the public in some cases. And in other cases, we're kind of out there on our own, creating our own plans and having a more sort of direct interface with the public and the community at large.
So working with the community in Aztec and rural communities is identifying who we are working with, what the population, what the cultural values are, what the economy is, understanding what the community's past is and what their future goals are. And we got to be very careful and conscientious of that.
Changing attitudes is very often feels like a tectonic shift, but it is very critical to engage the public early on and really understand what the challenges are and how we can work around those, because infill, where it makes sense and infrastructurally where it can be supported is very essential to the health of our community, so that everybody can have the opportunity to live affordably, shop locally, buy locally, be close, and not have to rely on their car.
Albuquerque is a very auto-oriented city. It's designed to enable people to drive from point A to point B as quickly and easily as possible. And in a way, we've kind of designed the people out of our city. And there's been a trend where people are really desiring communities where they can live, work, and play without having to get into their car. And so that experience is kind of shaping my planning process here in Albuquerque of how can we create safe, equitable communities for people to walk and bike.
I think planning for the everyday goes beyond simply is it a nice sidewalk, is it lighting well, but how neighborhoods and communities are put together to promote interaction and promote people talking to not just people they know, but to others, and really having a relationship with the neighborhood and the community at large, and feeling comfortable to expand their worlds and to adventure and learn more about other people, not necessarily by going out and looking for these experiences, but having those experiences sometimes find you.
Planning for the everyday, it might not be a task that we're doing every day. Planning for public spaces are more longer-term projects, but really looking at what is the maximum use of that space, and what does it feel like to navigate through it?
So to me, designing an everyday means having a little bit of ability to shift the way that people conduct their everyday lives. And whether it's that decision to leave the car in the driveway and be able to bike to work because there's a bike path that gets you most of the way there, or it's being able to walk across a part of the city that you felt like it wasn't accessible before, or it's going to a different school. I think these are all sort of ways that I see the planning can affect the design in everyday life.
So to me, the design in the everyday life of Aztec is ensuring that the community's vision is intact, to making sure that the city is responsible in maintenance and aesthetic standards that we've put forth, Because at the end of the day, if the community elects and adopts a plan where we want the city to look a certain way, to feel a certain way, then these are the rules and the regulations that we, for good and for bad, are held to carry out as planners and make sure that everybody else is doing their part.
The design of our cities plays such an important, critical piece in the way we move through our community, in economic competitiveness, in social aspects, but it also impacts the way we feel about our community. People often overlook that design. I always think of it as it's the 99% visible. We move through our lives without really thinking about traffic lights, crosswalks, street curbs, gutters, but that design makes a big difference and can impact the way you feel and move through your community. And one thing I always think about design in the everyday is that if we can design our cities for women and children, we're really designing our communities for everybody. And imagine what that could do in just the everyday interaction with the built environment.
Hi, my name is Eric Awney. I'm with the New Mexico chapter of the American Planning Association. On behalf of the chapter, we want to thank you for watching this film. This film is dedicated to the professional planners, both past and present, who've made a difference in your everyday life in New Mexico. The American Planning Association boasts over 38,000 members across the nation and globally. We want to ask you to join our team. Please visit our website. Cheers and thank you.